The law minimums state no matter what we do, we're going to be held to our yield potential to our lowest stave in the barrel. So imagine this really great drawing as being a barrel. If we're putting on a lot of nitrogen, but we're really short on phosphorus, our yield level is going to fall down to our phosphorus level and the yield potential which that has. So we can put on all the nitrogen in the world and it might not matter if we're not managing phosphorus. The same goes for potassium, sulfur, zinc, and the other nutrients. Hi, I'm Mike Zwingman, Agronomy R&D Manager for Central Valley Ag. This is your Monday Agronomy Update video that coincides with the Reach Out article on the CVA blog site. In this week's article, I talk about 2 laws that are going to help us make better decisions as we move forward in 2017, especially when it comes to fertility, yield goals, and how we're going to get those 2 things done. We're going to talk about the law of minimums and the law of diminishing incremental yield. These 2 laws are what keep us from getting where we want to go. The first one is the law of minimums, or known as Liebig's barrel. The law of diminishing incremental yield says for every additional pound of nitrogen we apply when we have some other constraint in the system, we get less incremental yield per pound once we pass that level of constraint. So instead of getting 1 bushel for every pound of nitrogen, we're going to end up getting 1 bushel for every pound and a half of nitrogen, or 2 pounds of nitrogen. Our nitrogen efficiency will go way down. If nitrogen is limiting, the same thing will be for every other additional nutrient we apply. So whenever we find that constraint, we need to start managing to it. And the constraint might not be in our nutrients. The constraint might be your weed control. The constraint might be your compaction. The constraint might be how we apply water, or the constraint might be the amount of plants per acre we put in the field. We're going to spend this year trying to find that constraint. We're going to spend this year understanding the law of minimums. We're going to spend this year trying to figure out how to manage the 2 and get you to where you need to be. Because we're going to have to start by fixing your greatest amount of constraint and picking that low-hanging fruit so we start to get better incremental yield out of the other things we do. So we're going to start to look very hard through a lot of different systems on where that constraint is, how we can manage it, and how we can improve your profitability by understanding 2 very simple laws. Those 2 laws are going to help us get to where we want to go. They're going to help you in your profitability. They're going to help you in your yield potential. And it's going to help us in sustainability down the road. Because a lot of times we might be over-applying a nutrient because of constraint somewhere else. As always, be safe. We'll see you next week.